Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, and today we're going to be creating a brand new custom solar system and then evolving it from birth to death. So if you've not seen a birth to death video before, it's basically where we have a brand new system we create from scratch and then we start to evolve it. So we speed up time, see how the orbits change. The star, we start to evolve it, we make it brighter, bigger, and we also see what changes that has on the system over a massive period of time until it eventually becomes a red giant, for instance, or a red supergiant, and then goes into a white dwarf or a supernova, for instance. So without further ado, let's get into this. So I've got our brand new protoplanetary disk here, where the place where planets are formed. I've got a star in the middle called Helios here. This star, it's about 4 masses of the sun. I don't think I can select it at the moment because it's in the trail, but it's about 4 masses of the sun, so potentially become a red supergiant once it gets large enough as well. So without further ado, yeah, we need to form some planets. So what I'm going to do is we're going to try and collide some asteroids and stuff together and eventually make bigger and bigger objects. So I'm going to have a initial gas giant world that will form first, and then we're going to form more planets around it. So we're going to start with a dominant gas giant. We'll form that first, as that is the way the proceedings go. So a Jupiter-like world. This system has got a massive disk as well. I've got it up to going up to about 150 AU, so we've got plenty of working space for this system as well. So I'm thinking dominant gas giant, I'm going to pop it around maybe the 7-8 AU mark, somewhere around there, and then we'll see how it goes from there. So random rocky planet, we'll have that as our first initial object. So I'm going to pop it, where are we? So about, I wanted it around 8-9, didn't I? 6.8, there we go there. So there it is. We can go all the way down to it. So here it is. It will start warming up. But this is technically will become the dominant gas giant. It's formed, well, it's already one Earth mass as well. But what I want to do, if I turn the goggles off, we can actually see everything a little more easier. And I want to smash a lot of stuff into this. So, for instance, you know, protoplanetary bodies, they're going to eat up a lot of material. So, smaller worlds, they're all going to collide with this. So let's go ahead and start, you know, doing the planetary formation process. You know, got to pick up those materials. So we're kind of doing it in an unrealistic way to kind of have a realistic way. So we're going to smash a load of stuff. So the biggest object, of course, is going to eat up all of the smaller ones and eventually make bigger and bigger objects will collide. So for instance, maybe, yeah, it looks like our world we've just spawned probably won't be the one to continue, but I want to have just a huge load of worlds collide, and we'll naturally form a world from this. So colliding all these materials together, for instance. Because if I did it just with particles, it would take literally forever to create a world large enough to be a dominant gas giant, for instance. So we may have to crank it up ourselves as well. But you know, a lot of people have asked for naturally collide stuff together, so that's what we're doing here. So our initial gas giant will be formed from all of this stuff. So there we go. And then obviously we can slowly buff its size up ourselves as well. So it's now 5 masses of Earth, and it's going to continue. So let's make it bigger. And bigger. So it's one massive Jupiter now. So for instance, that will start to become quite a nice gas giant world. So see the compositions. Is it a gas? It's still a rocky planet at the moment, but it has got a big mix of a lot of stuff. So this young world here forming up. And yeah, what we'll do is, it's in the planetary thing, isn't it? So we are going to go ahead and launch a load of material into it. So where are we? So tools. That's what we want. We would like material, and of course hydrogen. The main piece of gas giants. We're going to go ahead and throw this in. Earth mass. 0.1 Earth masses, I guess. And we're going to start launching hydrogen into this world. As this world is going to pick up all that material. There we go. You can see the hydrogen going towards it. Speed up time a bit more. Let's let this thing continue. There you go. So there we go. It's forming nicely. I don't want to make it a star, but it's going to pick up a lot of hydrogen. So we're going to shoot a load of that in there. So as our new world, it is a gas giant now. I can see the clouds on it. So there we go, and this will form our new world. So there we go. So first of the planets formed in it, still wobbling around, isn't it? Let's see here. So it's 1.67 Jupiters now. Composition, that hydrogen should start to fill it up a bit more. I'm going to manually increase it a bit as well, as I want hydrogen to be the primary element here. So there we go. Let's add more to it. There you go. 13 masses of Jupiter. I'm going to lower that down a bit. I don't want it being too wild, of course. I want it to probably sit around 3 Jupiters, I think. I think that's a reasonable size for it. But yeah, hydrogen is the most dominant element in here, which is pretty good. So there you go. It's got a decent amount. It's got a decently sized rocky silica area in the middle as well there. Okay, and it contains a lot of stuff. So that's our dominant gas giant there. We'll have to fix that rotation at some point as well. But yeah, there you go. So Ak here is our first planet in this system. So there we go. But of course, I'm not going to do that for every single world because we will be here all day. So first world there, obviously we need to make it so it orbits correctly as well. So let's go ahead and quickly do that in the motion. Where are we? Auto orbit around the star. So I'll reset it nicely. There you go. Okay, good. So first object around the star there. Let's let it run for a bit. There's a few shrapnel pieces flying out there as well. But there it is. So the first of the planets has formed. So there we go. So while we do the next gas giant, we're going to start placing random sort of planetary embryos, for instance, in the inner system here. So and maybe they'll slowly collide over time. So let's place a lot of just random objects in here, because a lot of these won't survive. They'll be collided or ejected. But a lot of planetary embryos in there. Let's place a few more further out as well. But yeah, the busy area is going to be in that middle region here. We don't normally... This is pretty wild. So I've never placed that many objects in the inner system before. So there's going to be some crazy stuff there. We will manually force them and smash them into each other as well for a bit of extra effect. But next up, I'm going to place the next gas giant a little further out here. So where are we? I didn't tell us our distance anymore. I think 10 AU is probably going to be around this area here. And again, same process. We're going to have the next gas giant pick up material. There it is there. Okay, tools. And for instance, I'm going to shoot material into it and let it pick up some material here. So we're going to slow things down. There you go. Shoot all that hydrogen in there. I'd like a little more hydrogen going on in there as our second gas giant takes place. So you can see its material is already building up as well. Probably going to fit around 1 Jupiter mass. I think it's a reasonable size. That's the next planet out. Let's double this a bit. Get a bit more mass going in there. A little bit more. 0.4 Earths. Slinging that all in there. So mass is building up as this thing grows in the planetary disk. So 1.4, 1.5 Jupiters. Okay, reasonable size. So there's that one done, for instance, as well. Again, same deal. Let's have another gas giant in this system. I'm going for quite a large size system here as well, so should be quite an interesting one. So random gas giant, let's place it there. Let's place another 2 further out. So there's one at 60 AU as well. There you go. But of course, they're not all going to be. So this one is blue. That's exactly the kind of feel I was wanting for, because I don't want them all to be gas giants. I do want some ice giants in here as well. So for instance, they're going to be not as much mass, as I don't pick up as much mass normally. So make that one smaller, for instance. Over here. So there we go. Because the ice giants form further out, so they don't get the big amount of all that material necessarily. So how many Earth masses are these? So 108. So again, that's a little more than I want. 27 seems a bit more reasonable for an ice giant. Again, this one's a little smaller as well. Again, yeah, forming quite nicely actually. There we go. So while they're all taking place, let's just speed this sim up a bit. Okay, so we've got quite the show so far. Again, let's have a few random Rockies in the outer depths as well. It's almost like super Earths or further out rocky worlds. Then a last sort of gas giant sitting on the edge. And then with a few sort of maybe oddball rocky planets outside that disk as well. There you go. Looking good. So I'm going to go for 1 star with this system as well. So there we go. So we've got our initial planets sort of forming in there. Gas giant area could be pretty wild in this one as well. And then maybe what I'm going to do as well is we're going to have 1 gas giant in that inner region. Or I'm going to have it as a hot Neptune kind of world. So let's go ahead and slow things down. I'm going to place 1 gas giant in that inner system. So there it is. There, can I select it? There. So this one's at 8 Earth masses. So a reasonable size for a smaller. So how far away is it? I want it to be quite close to the star actually. 2.1. I'm going to half that. I'm going to lower that down. 1.24 years. It is around a star with 4 masses of sun. So that is, yeah, I think this will be a reasonable position for it. There we go. Let's also just give it a trail. Maybe like a hot pink kind of colour, because we need to do a lot of customizations of these. So there we go. So now that's our initial kind of system formed around our planetary disk. Let's just speed up down a bit. We should start to see there's a few particles flying around here as well. But that is our initial system formed. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to remove planetary disk. So Control D. There you go. So now things will run a little more smoothly. There you go. And now what I'm going to do is lower the background temperature so all the stuff can technically cool down a bit. But actually, no, before we do that, we need some collisions, because there's a lot of stuff in this inner system here. So we do need to slowly collide some of these things together, because That's way too many rocky worlds we've got going on at the moment. So we need to start putting them in shared orbits. So I'm going to put these at, say, 1.6 years. This guy as well. 1.6. And slowly have stuff share orbits and then collide together. So, for instance, put all these in a similar position. Then I'm going to slowly move them together as we collide more and more objects. It's not every planet will last in here forever, so there we go. Now let's move them sort of closer together. So they're on different planes as well. Interesting. It will take a while for these to sort of collide, but here we go. So maybe a close encounter here, for instance. We will have to manually interfere here just to get them in the right positions. But yeah, they are quite close to each other, as we can see about there. They're not too far apart, are they? So about here. Now let's get some collisions. If we can move it, of course. There you go. Yeah. So naturally bring them together, because otherwise we will literally be sitting here forever, because this process takes a lot of time. So there we go. Slow down time a bit. Should see hopefully some collisions here between these two proto-planets. Let's turn off the rotate. There we go. So we hopefully will see a collision between the two. If we move a little closer, there you go. It's a hard gig getting them close together, isn't it? There you go. So a collision. So for instance, one goes into the other, the bigger object wins out. So there you go. So that's one planet there already. So for instance, that's marked this one with a colour, so we will know it's kind of had some action in the past. There we go. Now I have no idea what materials these are going to have either, so there could be anything. Could be absolutely anything here. So there we go. Orbits on. I may have gone a little too over to the top with some of these. There's a lot of objects in here. This one's got almost a Venus-like appearance, a thick atmosphere going on. There you go. Again, while they're all sorting themselves out, we're just going to bring more and more objects together and bring in some collisions. So there we go. Now these two have come quite nicely together. There you go. Let's get a collision between the two young worlds. There we go. Manually bring them together. There you go. That's another world formed. Smashing them there. Dominating each orbit. So there we go. But there's a huge amount of objects in this region. Some very inner worlds. The inner worlds may be a little safer on this gauge here. It's all the stuff in this middle region here. Let's bring them all together. I think that'll be... this is going to be really wild, but let's plop them. I want to plop them all. Let's just have a huge frenzy between objects in this region. See which one comes out on top. So there you go. We'll have to have the Neptunian up something as well, I think. But there we go. But yeah, I know you guys said you wanted more collisions in these early systems, so that is exactly what we are doing for this one. So let's bring in a absolutely wild amount of... Oh, yeah. Here you go. Now, this is going to be carnage. Who's going to come out on top of all these? That's a huge amount of bodies in close proximity. I mean, we're going a little unrealistic here, but for a dramatic effect, we're going to bring them all together. And this should cause absolute carnage. Oh, yeah. Press play here. Oh, yeah. Now we're going to really see some drama happen as these all come together. Oh, I think I just literally dragged that into one or something. I have no idea what happened there. Well, that was like shooting out material or something. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's cool. You know, slowly does it. Actually, what we can do is just do this, actually. Instead of naturally bring it, if I just do halt motion all these, they'll pull each other together. There you go. Halt motion. There we go. That'll bring them all to one new object. There you go. In close proximity here, all these worlds will become one as they attract each other together. Here we go. So now if we speed up time, we should see they're not orbiting the star necessarily easy. Here you go. Yeah. Oh, one of them's moving anyway. Oh, that's the one it didn't. We didn't use the halt motion on it. There you go. So now if we speed up time, we should see some interactions. Oh, there you go. Bang, bang, bang. There you go. So the bigger object will come out. Huge amounts of collisions. If we turn the goggles off, you can see things a little easier. There you go. So, worlds, young objects here, fighting for positions. Halt motion again. Let's bring them in. There you go. That one on the outskirts there. We're not letting you away so easy. Let's bring them all in together. No escape for anyone. I want one object winning this at the end. Out of all these guys. There you go. So we should see more collisions on the way here. Oh, there's a triple smash up there. Now the two big ones are going to go at it. Here you go. Become one. There you go. That's one more. We've got two out there. They're also hopefully going to have a collision. Here you go. Almost forming like a little moon system there. There you go. Ooh. But moons are not what I'm looking for. I want fully fledged planets here. Oh, that one's flown away. Oh, there you go. Oi, attract each other. Let's go. Oh, really spraying out stuff here, aren't we? There you go. Right, and while this is all going on, we are also going to lower our simulation temperature back down to our set tools. And hang on, we need simulation. That's what we want. Let's put it back to 0. So now stuff can start to cool down a bit more. Here you go. Yeah, awesome. So, how are we doing here? 3 worlds. Again, I want that to be 1 world. So again, let's halt motion of all of these guys. I want collisions. Here you go. Form it all together. So it looks like this is going to be the dominant of the 2 or the 3 worlds here. So it's going to be that one, isn't it? Yeah. And then I think there's one last customer in this position. There you go. And there it is. So that is now, if we go all to orbit, that will now orbit the star in its new position. So this world has had a lot of fights to get where it's got. So there it is. So how are we doing? There's still quite a lot. I'll have to delete some of these. We'll just have to pretend that they collide over some stuff because there's way too many in here for me to literally merge all of these. So let's just delete some. Keep some in the good orbit, of course. I want that Neptune. I want that Neptune to have a that hot Neptune to have a collision of some kind, though. So here we go. There's a lot of stuff in that area there. Let's, right, here we go. So there's our hot Neptune. So looking pretty cool. But I want a bit more. Let's have the Neptune eat up some stuff as well. It is the most dominant object in the region, so it's got to have some fun. So all to orbit. Oh, no, I don't want that. I want halt motion. Same with you. Halt motion, and then gas giant. Hopefully eat him up as it swings by. There you go. Oh, that world's smoking up, isn't it? Oh, yes. Okay. Hold motion. Come on, bring them in, and then that will do you as well. There you go. That will attract them together. There you go. So the hot Neptune's going to eat up these other proto worlds, claim its orbit position. There you go. Again, hold motion. This is a little unrealistic, but again, like I said, just a dramatic effect and filming effects. We'll have it so it looks cool. So yeah, hold motion. Go on, bring him in. There you go. Come on, eat him up. There's another world not far away there. There you go. There he goes. And all to orbits. That's now in that area. Got a few comet-like orbits going on here. What's that all about? Look at all that material flying around the star there. Ooh, huge amount of debris flying around there. Let's delete that one as well. I want to keep the orbits mostly clear at the beginning. There's still a huge amount of objects in here. A lot of them have similar appearances as well. Interesting. Okay, so I think that's a solid start. I don't want to go too drastic with the deleting stuff. So the inner system is pretty wild. Then we've got bigger distances further out, because obviously the gas giants eat up a lot more of that material, so there's less stuff flying around. So we've got a decent position further out here between these guys as the distances grow. There's a few more Rockies further out as well. I think we should maybe... I can see one of the orbits has been bent already by the looks of the gas giants there, so that could be a quick ejection for some. So there we go. So that's how system initially formed. Now we can get to customizing the objects. So let's go ahead and remove all the particles, let the system function, and then we'll start to see in the very early days of this system how things will play out. So there you go. Start to see a few wobbles on stuff already, but there we are. So that seems to be everything. So okay, now we can order. What's going on with our hot Neptune here? I haven't really seen orbits being pulled. What's going on here? Is it going the wrong way round the star as well? Interesting. Retrograde ice giant. Hot Neptune flinging around the star the wrong direction. That is a very, very interesting cause. How long will this world last is my question now. Will it be ejected? That is a very bizarre turn of events. Let's get rid of the ejected stuff already, as we already have lost stuff. There's no surprises there. It is a young system. Not everything will last. What is that? That's gone. Something. Oh, that's long gone. Look at that. Okay, there we are. So, let's see how this system functions. So this is one of the worlds that took down a lot of things. What's going on here? Whoa, it's rotating pretty wild. Oh yes, let's see. So motion, where are we? God, it is spinning like crazy, isn't it? From a very, very young past. There you go, still spinning. There used to be settings of how you could change it. I'm not sure how you do that anymore. Is it that one? Ah, and if I put it to 1, is that? No, it still spins the wrong way. See, I don't know how you fix that. Oh, is it these settings, is it? I really don't know how you fix the rotation stuff, because that's you can see that's spinning the wrong way, isn't it? It's spinning on its side, unless it's like a Uranus-like object. But I'm not sure how you actually fix the way it rotates. There used to be a way to do it. I don't know where the setting is. So that seems to be on its side. Interesting. That doesn't do anything. Simulation grid, maybe. Is that how you do it? Yeah, I really don't know. I have no idea how you spin them properly anymore. Rotation. There used to be ways that you could change the way it tilted and stuff, but yeah, I've got absolutely no clue. Maybe we just tidy lock it, that will stop it from doing that, and I can just manually set it myself. Where's the... There it is. If I do that, then it will lock onto the star correctly, I think. And then if I just naturally start spinning it, hoping that will stop it. Will I spin it the right way around? I don't know. Well, if in that case, if it is, let's do it like that. Yeah, spin on its side. How bizarre. We can have it like that. So it's north and south pole regions are the wrong way. I mean, that's... Yeah, okay. I mean, it formed like that from natural collisions. I don't... I mean, technically, I'm cheating if I'm modifying it. So what does it contain? So it has water, ammonia. Okay, but nothing to build an atmosphere with. Interesting. Until you warm it up, that is. But since we're in the customization phase, I am going to give it an atmosphere. So, where are we? Or does it already have one? The game's saying it does. It does. Let's increase the pressure a bit. Give it something at least. Well, I'm going to give it a bit of extra elements as well. Let's give it a bit of carbon dioxide. Just there you go. That'll change it up a bit more. Just as a little bonus there, and then let's also just do a stabilized phases, settle liquid. So that'll stall it out a bit. Let's see how that naturally cools down now. It is a really weird rotation, that guy. But that's what you get from colliding with stuff. So we'll have to come back to that one. So there we go. So again, back to the customization of things. This one's already a Venus-like world at 240. What's this one containing? Carbon dioxide burning chance, sulfur dioxide as well. Okay. It's underneath. It has water underneath. Interesting. But it's at 200 Celsius. So it's a very hot water world in this very early phase of this system. Maybe it will cool down over time. 5 masses of Earth. That's a pretty dominant world there. This one's at 10 masses of Earth. Let's go to it as well. So it's a hot Neptune, so it's not going to have your traditional sort of blue appearance. Let's go for a little more of a kind of hot kind of... Looks like a hot pink-purple kind of phase, maybe. A deep sort of indigo kind of colours, maybe. That sort of colour. Let's try that. There we go. Let's place that on the other shades of it. Oh. There you go. Keep place that in there. Get rid of the pinker shades, maybe. Have a few maybe whites in there as well, just to blend the colours a bit. It's a hot Neptune. I think, you know, pink and purple planets are technically the rarest kind of gas giant colours you can kind of get out there. You have to be in the perfect phases for it. But for this one, we will make it so it's we can have one. There we go. Still a little too pink for my liking. Let's make it a little more on the blue side of things, representing that. So it is still a hot ice giant technically. So there you go. Make it a little more. That's the closest to a purpley planet we think we'll get in this system. So there you go. Maybe just pale it out a bit more. There you go. Maybe add a few more bands to it as well. Place that colour at the bottom there. So we've got a white one. Let's go ahead and change that to more of a bluer look. Like the deep purple. Let's make that a little more pale as well. So a decent mix of colours in there. There you go. And the north's a little too purple as well. Let's make it a little blue. Is that bluey purpley enough? I mean, it's not. I don't want to make it like completely overkill the colours, but I'm trying to go for a realistic kind of look. So maybe we go a little more deeper on the purple then. It's a tad more. Slightly more on the purple phase. There we go. Then just slowly fade it out. I think this area's a little white, isn't it? Let's yeah, there you are. Just try and get that colour perfect. Something like that, I'm thinking. There you go. As you're in a hot Neptune world, 10 masses of Earth. What's its composition? I mean, well, it's got a decent mix of stuff. Look at it. It contains blooming everything. Look at that. But it has got a lot of water in it, as you can see. So it is an ice giant. So there you go. So in the inner system, they're already in an endangered orbit. Surprisingly, so we've got a few hot rocks here as well, or cold rocks. So no atmosphere at all on you. This one's at 33 Celsius right now. So what's going on here? So a thick atmosphere. Let's lower it down. In a world with no water, or is there? If we just increase the sea level. So in this early early part of this system, we are seeing worlds with conditions already from just natural spawns. Put the vegetation button on, but it hasn't got anything as of yet. Temperature just went up while I increased the level there. 942, we're blowing that back down to 1. That's ridiculous. Look at this. What is this? What kind of stuff does this contain? How much carbon dioxide is there? Massive moon, maybe? Silicate water. There's a lot of water on it. I mean, water vapor is, you know, greenhouse is a nasty greenhouse gas, so maybe just down. But look at that atmosphere build itself, though. Whoa, it's a huge thing there. Let's put it down to 1 atmosphere there, just to calm it down. 0 point, just to tame it down a bit. There we go. See how that world does over time. So potentially a decent condition world there for now. The inner worlds here, I don't expect these to really have much going on them. I mean, that's just a hot rock, isn't it? And that one will be make it a little more colours there. But yeah, I'm going to do a bit of customising, guys, and I'll be back with you once I've got quite a nice lineup. Okay, everyone, so I've gone through the whole system, done some customisation to a lot of the objects, magnetic fields, compositions. I've marked the coloured ones, the trails here, so the greens and blues there, worlds of potential life conditions currently or in the future. So, for instance, this one here, it's got water on it. I've marked it blue, but that probably won't last so long. This one here is actually in the minuses. This green one as well, further out, again, it's in the minuses. But again, at one point, it could have good conditions. The gas giants, I changed some to some more banded versions. Obviously, the dominant gas giant here, I've just customised that one briefly. This one here, I've customised. I've added a few more sort of custom variants in as well, just for a bit of variety. Furthest out world out there as well. There's also magnetic fields on these guys. You can see the gas giant ones are enormous. There you go, there's one, and then the second one, for instance, these are the big ones, the 2 biggest worlds. They've got huge magnetic fields, just a bit of added effect here. So now the system is formed, I'm going to buff the stun to 1 luminosity here. So it has increased a little bit. We'll go and pop a save as well, just so we've got that milestone done. Okay, and now the system is formed. It's time to get evolving. So there we go. I'm very keen to see where that inner hot Neptune world is going to end up, because that retrograde orbit it's going is probably not very healthy. So I have no idea how long that's going to last. It could be very, very dangerous for it. Yes, that's probably not your preferred thing there, is it? Oh dear. Yes. How reflective is it actually, out of curiosity? Albedo's very low, so it absorbs a lot of temperature, this thing. Oh my gosh. Okay. We'll have to see how that plays out there. Okay, so now let's actually really get the simulation sped up. Watch as time evolves here, as the simulation starts to change and wobble around. And as you can see, already ejections, that's what you'd expect here. We've lost worlds already. The inner system is already causing chaos. No surprises there. You see the magnetic fields changing, so that's pretty cool. There you go, so that's gone. We've lost that world there. This world as well is gone. So that's 2 worlds out of it already. So the inner system still has a lot of cleaning up to do. There's a lot of objects in that position. Dominant gas giant could have some tugs on them eventually as well. We will see. But yeah, there we go. So that's our initial system formation. And now the objects in there with action to behold. I think one of these gas giants may be unstable as well. You can see some orbits being bent around here as well. So this is the last of the sort of the main gas giants. Then you've got one last gas giant out here as well. Looks like something else has gone. We lost one of the rocky blue worlds by the looks of things. What was that? It's just been shot out. It is. The potential life world is gone. So have to see how they last. But again, that gas giant in that inner region there, that is a dangerous object to have in your inner system, that hot Neptune in there. Oh dear. So as for the inner planets, we can see our lineup here. So the hottest one is already in the 300s. Obviously, it is the closest to the star. If we look at its stats here, let's see, 180 M, 5 atmosphere layers. This thing is a hellish world already. Your closest Venus analog so far, sitting at 300 plus there. So definitely a world you don't want to be. The conditions under there, not very pretty. There it is. So it's a complete hot desert underneath there. Definitely not where you want to be. Next planet out, you got this one here again, a hot world, Venus-esque. So there's a lot of thick atmosphere. A lot of the objects in this simulation formed with thick atmospheres when we place them in. So it's an interesting lineup. We've got this one here. This one's actually protected with magnetic field. It's currently got an ocean on it. Doubt that's going to last. If we look at the surface here, yeah, even the hottest point's 130, so that ocean will not be lasting much longer, despite the magnetic field protection. Next planet out, this one here, 270 as well. This is one we visited earlier that's had a lot of collisions. It's still slightly wobbling if you notice carefully there. 5 masses of Earth, so a super Earth in the inner system here. We can lower the layers. I'm going to put it down to 1. I'm going to give it a slight little change. I mean, the ATM is insane on this. Yeah, I'm not going to have it that high. We'll have slightly more customization since I've only just come out of the customization. I'm going to put it to a, or try and put it to 1. I don't think the game's going to want us to. I don't have a choice. Because it did collide with a lot of stuff. I mean, it's contained a lot of sulfur and carbon, so it's always going to be quite high. So this world is doomed from the get-go. The amount of stuff it's smashed into, containing carbon and sulfur dioxide there. Not so good. Further out, you got these 2 frozen worlds now that are your potential life candidates once the star gets going a bit. So, got a few of those there. We've got a few. This one's at 1400. What happened to this thing? Look at it. Whoa. What's the greenhouse on this? This is rapid. Whoa. Okay, so yeah, 70. Oh, 4,000 layers. It's an absolute monster. This thing. A hellish world indeed. Look at that. I mean, we'll have a bit of a. There you go, just fade some of that atmosphere a bit, make it a little more red. I mean, this is a monstrous world under there. Oh yeah, you can see straight away that is it's going to have a red look for sure. That is a absolute monster world there. How this has come to be is a very bizarre one. I think black clouds, that's what I'm thinking. Thick black clouds, there you go. That is an absolute monster. Doomed world, hottest planet in the system. They're just chilling on that outer inner system. I mean, that is crazy, the amount of atmosphere layers that's got. Red planet there. There you go. A few more rocks in there, so there we go. And then you got a few more worlds out here that are also kind of just frozen at the moment, kind of waiting for some time. In the outer system, there's some potential worlds out here as well that have conditions, but they're all just frozen at the moment, so not really much going on here. Let's have their composition. So you've got carbon dioxide. It just needs warmth, a lot of these, to get going. So they just need to melt. That ice giant has a lot of water. Look at that. Or does it? No, it's helium and hydrogen. There's no water on it at all. Interesting. But there you are. I thought the blue was the water, and I think that's just hydrogen, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So anyway, star itself, Helios. So 4 masses of sun, like I said. Temperature's quite hot. 1 luminosity of sun currently in this system. So there we go. Says our system form. Let's have a bit more of evolution before we finish up today. There you go. So far, so good with this one. Actually, it's come out quite well. There you are. So the system's supposedly chilling quite nicely. I think these worlds could interact with the dominant gas giant's got quite a big pool there. This world could be affected at some point there. With this, there we go. Has an atmosphere, doesn't it? Thicken it up a bit just so you can see it. There you go. Give that a nice colour. But there we are. There's our initial system formation and customization, everybody. So there we go. Stay tuned for part 2, where we really start evolving this system into the future. So if you enjoyed this video, everyone, make sure to press that like button, subscribe for more, help us on the journey to 50,000 subscribers. And yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments as well. And yeah, really appreciate you watching the video as always. Like I said, hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, keen to hear your thoughts and feedback on this one in particular, because we've got. It's been a while since we've done a custom system. We've done a lot of alternate reality solar systems at the moment. We haven't done a full-on custom system for a while. So yeah, good to be back. And yeah, let me know what you think of it. But yeah, that will send done, everybody. Make sure you all stay safe. Have a great day out there. Leave a like, subscribe as always. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.